Okay, guys, I wanted to talk to you quickly about the assessments. I told you that I wanted to show you what I had made, and so you guys know that I was out in home health and have a lot of resources to pull from, and so I had to create handy dandy binder on my own, and I strongly recommend that you all do the same. That's why I stress the free assessments so much. Not so much for MBCOT purposes, but for your clinical practice, okay? Because it's going to be on you in a lot of situations. Maybe not so much if you were in a SNF or if you're doing PEDS, you may have those resources to pull from, and that's great if you do, but if not, you're going to need to create something like this for sure. So on the first page, I made an index, and I would keep a running list of what I had available and who they were for, okay? Keep them in sheet protectors, and in the very first slot, before I had kids that would take things, I had one of the little pencil pouches, and I would keep my dry erase marker and tissue in there so that I could have the dry erase marker on the sheet protector, erase it after every client, and you're good to go that way. Okay. I keep the visual analog scale in there for pain, right? And then also the rate of perceived exertion. You can hand that to them and ask them that way. The Barthel scale is one. That's not the Barthel scale. You guys know about that. I'm thinking of the Braden scale. That's for skin integrity and breakdown. That's one that you may want to include. Okay. But for example, here's the Barthel. And so then I could just run down through and score. And then it doesn't need to go, it's not going in a hard chart anymore because we don't have those. So I could just document it in one part of my EMR record, and I could keep up with that. And then I could go back and check it on reassessment. Okay. And that gives you something to show that you're actually making progress, right? Another thing that I recommend is an informal. So I just made this myself. There are variations of it. But I use this for visual scanning and to see, check out unilateral neglect, perception, like what are they seeing? Okay, and so what I would have them do is I would hand them that, just that sheet with the letters on it, right? And I would start and I would say, okay, I want you to cross out all the A's. And you guys may have seen something like this, or you probably will. This was just my mock-up of it. And I would see, did they cross midline with being able to mark out those letters, or did they only focus on one quadrant? Were they able to scan all the way across? What was their process? What was their theory? Did they cut off halfway? And start to kind of assess some things like that, okay? So you can work on that. That'll give you some information, like I said, not standardized, but it will tell you a lot. And it's something too that's good that you can hand the client, have them working on that while you might need to document and do something else, right? Another thing that I'll show you guys real quick that was on the last page. This is not an assessment, but it gave me some good information, and then I could turn around and use it as an intervention at times too if I needed to. Okay, so I would have them follow my yellow lines. Okay, so we could do sequencing here. I could see if they could follow instructions, check out their fine motor, coordination, visual perception, all the things, right? So I'd have them follow. I had a highlighter, and I had a highlighter here. I had one here. Can they do a circle? And, obviously a square. And so that gave me a lot of information. And then another thing that I would do is once they were done with that, I would have them sign their name. That's something that they need to do a lot. And then when they would sign their name, they would usually say something like, oh, this just looks terrible. And maybe we'd incorporate that into a goal then. Okay, why does it look terrible? What strategies can we do to improve that, right? So there you have it, my assessment notebook. Put it together for what you need, but do put it together, okay? And that's going to help you in your documentation, showing your necessity, showing your improvement. And so that's it. All right, bye guys.